Dreamscape presents The Secret of Moonrise Manor by Stephanie Bearce. Narrated by Justis Boulding. Chapter 1. Even in the grave, all is not lost. The Pit and the Pendulum. Edgar Allan Poe. Mrs. Butler looked quite peaceful as a corpse. She lay on the mortician slab with her mouth closed and hair fluffed, and it was one of the few times Raven could remember the old lady looking so happy. Death agreed with some people. Raven sat on a cold metal folding chair, inches from Mrs. Butler's stiff face, scribbling notes in her forensics journal. Her fingers itched to poke Mrs. Butler's eyelids to see if the sockets were stuffed with cotton or plastic balls. Eyeballs were always the first to decompose, so the sockets had to be stuffed with something. And did they use superglue to keep the eyelids closed? Wouldn't be a surprise. Mrs. Butler's kind of gossipy, spying eyes wouldn't want to give up simply because they were dead. Raven tilted her head and scanned the rest of the dead woman's face. Definitely had to use sewing or tacks to make that peaceful smile stay in place. Raven jotted a few notes. Name: Rosemary Alice Butler. Age: 86. Death: officially heart failure. Unofficially meanness. Organ donation: no. Probably would have been too crusty. Body implants: left hip joint. And it was not my fault she fell off that porch. Funeral plan: golden casket for viewing, then cremation. Need to ask Aunt Lenore when the crematory will heat up. Raven leaned closer to Mrs. Butler's eyes. They looked nicely puffed, even with all the wrinkly skin. Aunt Lenore probably used those stupid plastic lid holders. More plastic poison for the environment. When Raven took over as mortician, Gallows Gardens was going green. Plastic or cotton? One little poke would prove her hypothesis. Raven Edwina Gallows, keep your grimy fingers off that body! Raven yanked her hand away and looked up. Aunt Lenore stood in the doorway, scowling. She pointed to the sign hanging prominently on the wall. This room is a sacred place where we care for a cherished person.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?